Welcome back to the channel. So we finally fixed the custom headlight, figured out how to fix it, what to do. um it was this part right here. So I'm gonna explain how I figured it out. If you gotta watch my other video that I posted before this one and explaining how I got this all set up and all that stuff. So just to say how I fixed this part. Okay, so the issue I was having with this headlight was every time I was hitting something on the motorcycle, meaning when I'm riding down the street, and there are potholes, the lights will flicker. So the LED, well, no, the halo and demon eyes will flicker. Sometimes the bottom one will go completely out, and this top one will flicker, and sometimes the demon eyes will go out as well. So I figured out what it was. I knew something was I was also blowing a fuse on in my motorcycle as well. It was a 10. So it was this right here. So when you have stuff like that, try to shake around to see what wire might be loose or doing a short. So I know that they'll do like voltage, but since I knew like something was shaking, like it was either up here, the ballast, or where's this? So right here. So I thought it was this part, because when I was shaking this, over there was flickering, and it wasn't doing it consistently, so it wasn't this. So once I started grabbing down here and started shaking down here, then it was like constantly happening. So what I did, okay, so now this is all me. I did all this. So you want to get a flat head and get underneath that, and then there's a plastic piece right here, and you're gonna pop that one out, pop this side, this plastic as well, and focus. So this as well, pop it out. So then you're gonna be stuck with like it's gonna be glue, like a silicone. We're gonna call it silicone inside, and you're going to cut the silicone as far as you can, but as careful as you can, because you're going to get to the a board, electronic board inside there, and it's going to have capacitors, it's going to have the wires are going to be going to there. So I knew I had a wire that was loose, because when you shake it, the wires are loose. So I was cutting everything apart, and to show the mess that I have and what I'm talking about. So it looks like this. So this is the bottom part of the board. You can kind of see where everything was engraved into when they put the silicone. What I did was cut some of the silicone off with a razor blade. So you grab the razor blade, cut inside, keep cutting, but again, be careful, like taking little by little out until you can get to the wires and see what's loose. And then I found the red wire, which is my power wire, because there's two power wires going in. Again, let's see if I can. It's gonna be hard to do this. So there's power wires on one side and this side. So there'll be two prongs for red, two prongs for yellow, and I think there's white. Yeah. There's also black in there too. So two prongs for it's black, white, red, and yellow. Yeah. So there's going to be two. Well, one of the red ones was basically coming out, and it was touching, had to be touching one of the other wires inside the component, moving around. So one of those was touching with the other, so it was causing my fuse to break. So it looked like this got damaged riding my motorcycle. So because these wires are so small or short, and they're all combined in one location, because this is how it would be in the back of the bike, all these wires in one spot, there's not much place to put it at in the motorcycle. So it got pinched somehow, got bent there, and then that power wire got pulled somehow and got loosened up. So you break all that apart and pull it all out, all the silicone, all this stuff. Break that all off. Make sure it's not connected to no battery, no electricity on it. Make sure everything is disconnected, everything. So then you gotta solder, solder it back in, with some solder wire. I don't know where I put the solder wires at. So solder wire, and then once you solder it together, right here in my face. So you solder it in to the board. Once all that's soldered in, and you're good. Make sure all of them are good, because I've resoldered all of them in to make sure that we're like completely seated in. And then once I knew the board was good, everything was in place, and I pulled on every one of them to make sure that they wasn't going to come out. Then you're going to use a glue gun. So I had to do research on what glue can I use where it's not conductive, where it's not going to cause a short to the component or cause electricity fire. So glue, to make it easier, hot glue. I used the black kind. I do got the clear, but I think like for this would look more better with the black. And then I put glue on the top, put glue on the sides of the board, and then filled in the rest with the rest on top with glue. Why you want glue on top is so this metal is not rubbing on the circuit board, and then the side as well, that the metal is not rubbing on the circuit board. Plus there's cushion from the glue to the metal, and I did that for both sides. And then I glued this plastic piece back on, made sure that I glued inside and outside so no water can get inside and cause a short or electricity fire. So all glued up on the outside and inside, and I compressed it and then glued on top, and also glued in between the wires, if it will focus. So in the wires, I glued inside, like on the wires and inside, so water wouldn't go through, plus it'll be harder to pull out. So, and the same thing I did over here. So glue on both sides. You can't see this one because it's covered up, but you can see right there it glued, so water wouldn't go in, and plus harder to yank out. So yeah, figured out the problem. It was this piece, and I messaged this company on eBay, but I fixed it and no more problems. Again, here I'll show you guys, get a better angle shaking this. And before just me doing this, it was bad, so no more issues. And then when I turned on the high beam or the low beam, I won't keep it on for too long. But even shaking that, nothing, no issue. I gotta be careful with that. But you can see it works. I gotta turn it off. So yeah, it works. I fixed it. It was gonna cost me a lot of money, because this headlight cost me around $500. And the reason why was because I bought the extra LEDs, HIDs, just in case they will blow. So came out to like 500 and something. So I'm putting this back on the bike. I'm gonna try to do everything patient and trying to figure out how to get it. If I can get extensions, would be so much better. I'll see if I can do more research online, because if I can get extensions, look how twisted I have this all up. See what I can do with extensions, because if I can extend it, then I can put them in longer into the bike. It won't have to sit all in front. I can have the wires running towards the battery side, underneath the fairings. I mean, I can even glue it onto the fairings, or not even, probably just tuck everything into where underneath the gas tank, because there's a lot of open space where the gas tank part is at. It can even go towards the trunk if you can extend it that far, which I doubt, but if it could, all that could fit inside the trunk of the bike, underneath the gas tank. Even though it gets pretty hot in there, I would probably do like one of those heat shields and then like have them on top. So that's one way I would do it, but I gotta do more research, but it is going to go back onto the bike. But anyways, guys, make sure you put a like. I hope you guys learned something new. Again, be careful, don't get electrocuted, and glue does work for electronics, like hot glue. But anyways, subscribe to the channel, put a like, put a comment. Drive safe, ride safe, God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next video.